Welcome back to the Rebate Society. I'm sitting here with Suzanne Byrne, the Executive Director of the York Street Project. Ms. Byrne, thank you so much for joining me here. Can you tell our viewers a little bit more about the origins of the York Street Project and what are you doing for the community here?
The York Street Project was founded by the Sisters of St. Joseph of Peace. It started with Kenmare High School, which was founded in the basement of St. Boniface Church by the sisters in the early 80s. And long story short, basically, is that the women who were attending the high school were women who had dropped out of public school, wanted to go back, but their attendance was sporadic at best. And so the sisters who were running the high school, talked to the women and asked them, what are the challenges? Why aren't you coming to school? And what they were was they didn't have an affordable place to live and they didn't have a safe place to put their children. The sisters owned the 3 buildings where the York Street Project services and programs are housed now. They had owned them back then, so what they decided to do was they used their own money and they renovated the buildings and put the transitional housing program for homeless women and children, a child development center, and the high school, they moved it from St. Boniface and put it down at York Street. And one service that was already existing there was St. Mary's Residence, which since the late 1900s has been a rooming house for single working women. It started out as a rooming house for women coming in on Ellis Island. They needed a place to stay before they got settled in America, but now we have many different nations represented there, and it's basically for women who are working and need an affordable place to live while they save up some money to be able to get their own apartment.
As Executive Director, I'm very curious to ask, what is the biggest challenge you have been confronted with concerning funding for the York Street Project, and how have you dealt with that in your time as Executive Director?
The biggest challenge is when the recession hit several years ago, our funding streams went way down. We are very fortunate. We have very loyal donors. People have been with us for years, but as the recession affected them, they weren't able to give or not able to give at the same level. A lot of them have come back, which is great, and we've been able to get new donors. But another challenge has always been, we do rely on government grants for certain things. One of the main ones is to do capital rehab work to our buildings. We get CDBG funding through the city of Jersey City and through Hudson County to do that, and those funds have been cut tremendously at the federal level, so the amounts that are able to be given out here on the local level are much smaller than they were. And the cost of everything just continues to rise. It's people's incomes have dropped. The stock market went way down. Well, I know it's back up now, and even during all that time, expenses just continued to go up and up. And we have wonderful employees. We need to pay them. They need health benefits. They need that kind of stuff. And we really want to be able to provide that for them. And it is a challenge, but we're working our way through it.
Well, again, Ms. Byrne, outstanding turnout, excellent crowd here, and just great work for a great cause. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for coming.
And we'll be right back here on Hudson County TV.